Let's talk facts. The Avengers are not coming. Who will keep the American people safe?
There's some big threat out there, and you are gonna help me stop it.
Wait, us?
Yeah, you. Why, you got someplace to be?
I love that guy.
So none of us comply? So what, we all just punch and shoot?
I can't think of a worse group of people trying to work together.
Stop! Come on, please, John, stop! Where are you?
Everyone here has done bad things. You can't escape the past. Hey, it's like your mind is somewhere else.
So you can do something about it now, or live with it forever.
This could get messy.
No shit. You thought you were gonna be some great saviors? You can't even save yourself.
We can't do this. No one here is a hero.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
Okay, that was really good.
We are the Thunderbolts!
Can't call ourselves that.
God, thank you.
This has makings of team that can rise to glory. Bring light from the darkness. This team can be the heroes on the Wheaties box with a little giddy toy.
Alexei, have you slept?
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I'd like not to die today, so maybe somebody else should be driving.
Careful who you assemble. This was far more dark, deep, daring, and different than what we've come to expect from the MCU. I've been pretty excited about this one ever since it was initially announced. The idea of bringing together a group of lesser-known characters audiences have already met in earlier installments seemed pretty awesome. On the surface, it looks and sounds like Marvel's answer to DC's Suicide Squad, and that's understandable to a degree. That said, it's also quite the oversimplification as well. This movie definitely shares a few similarities with the latter, but I'd argue that this is a lot more thoughtful and complex than its chaotic counterpart in comparison. The MCU has been in a bit of a downward spiral as of late. For every great effort like Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, there was an Eternals. For every Spider-Man No Way Home, there was a Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The quality of its movies were slowly becoming very inconsistent, and the writing seemed to be on the wall. 2023 was a defining year for the franchise in many ways. They began Phase 5 and released 3 movies that year that varied in quality quite drastically. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was an incredibly weak entry, while Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 proved to be an excellent swan song for the beloved underdogs, and then The Marvels unfortunately became one of the biggest box office bombs in history. Yeah, 2023 was quite the roller coaster for Marvel fans. Thankfully, the people over at Marvel seem to have taken these criticisms seriously and decided to change up their release schedule as a result. That meant that Marvel was practically taking all of 2024 off, with the exception of Deadpool and Wolverine. To nobody's surprise, that movie delivered in spades and then some. Fast forward a bit, and it's now 2025. Marvel's back to their 3-movie plan, and they're hoping it was the right call. The franchise has been in desperate need of a major course correction since 2023. Captain America: Brave New World, a film I didn't even bother seeing, dropped back in February to essentially a collective shrug from audiences and critics alike. Reviews weren't terrible, but the overall reception was pretty lukewarm at best, especially when it comes to the previous Captain America trilogy. So while it may not have been nearly as bad as Quantumania, it still didn't turn out to be as compelling as most people probably wanted it to be. I didn't have much anticipation for it to begin with, given how lackluster the trailers and marketing had been. This film, on the other hand, is a totally different story. The trailers and marketing for this have been genuinely awesome, and easily some of the best of the entire MCU. It's so odd to me how my interest for Brave New World was at rock bottom, while my interest in this has been sky high. I guess that just goes to show how much marketing can really influence you on a certain product. My excitement for this only grew further with every piece of subsequent promotion. So the real question is, did it live up to those lofty expectations? In a word, yes. I didn't just like this film, I genuinely loved it. This feels like the course correction for the MCU has been in dire need of for quite a while now. There's a back-to-basics approach here that's very refreshing to see. This has the grittiness and the grounded tone of both Black Widow and the Captain America trilogy. The majority of these characters do not have superpowers, so most of the action is tangibly crunchy and satisfyingly punchy in equal measure. There's a focus on sharp fight choreography and practical effects over the typical CGI bombast, and that's really great to see. It brings a level of stakes back to the MCU, something it's been sorely lacking of recently. I love how bold and brash all of this feels. It's established from the beginning that none of these characters are heroes. They've all done their fair share of bad things, but they were also given a bad deal to begin with. These are broken, damaged people with traumatic pasts that have since lost their way in the world. They lack real purpose or direction and are simply just drifting through their lives, becoming more and more numb to their surroundings. Some of these characters have found some redemption while others have not. There is a surprising layer of complexity to these people that one may not expect from a comic book movie. I actually think that's one of the biggest reasons why this one stands out from the pack. It dares to be different. I can't remember the last time I said that about a Marvel movie. This is the first film in the MCU that deals with a very personal matter. It's something we as human beings may struggle with on a daily basis. That, of course, being mental health and depression. It can be crippling, and it can be all-consuming. It has the ability to bring us to our knees in an instant. It replays our mistakes and regrets on an endless loop. It makes us question our judgment. It makes us doubt our abilities. It convinces us that we will never be good enough for others. These are all very real fears, and as someone who struggled with their own mental health over the last year, this hit very close to home. This surprised me in so many ways. It's paced expertly well for a 2+ hour runtime. The laugh ratio is pretty damn high given how dark the story can be. The dialogue is infectiously snappy. The emotional beats are wildly effective, and the whole cast do a superb job with the material. Pugh and Pullman shine ever so brightly as our two magnetic standouts. She brings a beautiful sadness to Yelena, while he brings a deep vulnerability to Bob, a character that's so much more than meets the eye. Their chemistry together is easily one of the movie's biggest highlights. Harbor's Red Guardian also elicits some of the biggest laughs along the way. The whole third act is unlike any other MCU film before it, specifically because of where it takes place and how it's handled and presented. Aside from an abrupt minor character decision early on, I really have no complaints at all. This legitimately felt like the rejuvenation Marvel has been needing for a while. I'm officially excited for the future of Marvel again. Make sure to stay for both post-credit scenes too, as they're some of the best to come out of the MCU in recent memory. There's really nothing more to say at this point, except bring on Fantastic Four first steps now. I give Thunderbolts 5 out of 5 stars. Thank you so much for listening.